Hello there, my name is Artie.
And I'm Soosh.
And welcome back to the Social Outcast, the only podcast that apparently feels like a hostage situation. We're back, everyone. Soosh is back after a pretty long break. How you been, Soosh?
Yeah, been good. Haven't really been doing much. Got a lot of time on my hands, but do absolutely nothing with it. I'm a professional at that. So, yeah. So you want to talk about any games? What games have you been playing, buddy?
Well, I have been playing Valheim recently.
Mm-hmm.
Valheim's good. Valheim's very good. Do you have any experience with Valheim?
Nope. I've heard that. I've overheard multiple conversations about it. But no, I haven't really seen anything on it. It's like some sort of an open world post-apocalyptic type thing, I'm guessing? Viking
not
themed?
post-apocalypse. I don't know where you got that from. You might be thinking of 7 Days to Die.
I don't
But
know.
no, Valheim is it is an open world, procedurally generated survival game.
Okay.
Same vein as like Minecraft and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like multiplayer, 1 to 10 players.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Me and a few friends have been playing it. Yeah, we've got a server that we've been screwing around on. It is very good. It has, I think the main feature of the game is its building mechanics.
Yeah.
So in Valheim there are actual structural support and structural integrity mechanics. So when you build a house, it needs to be structurally sound, or it will fall over.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like architecturally realistic, or at least I don't know. It tries to be accurate to
Yeah.
architectural. I don't know what the term for it is. Yeah, structural integrity. Structural integrity. Yeah. Jesus
But
Christ.
obviously you've got a little bit of leeway because it is, a video game, and if it had to be entirely accurate, it would get a bit boring. But it has some very, very good mechanics, and I think I actually talked about this on Thing of the Week on contentunavailable.net. Go there now. I think I talked about it on Content Unavailable, but it's like, because of the restrictions you have, you're going to build things that you probably wouldn't have otherwise. So let's say, like, if you were playing Minecraft, you might build a different thing in Valheim to what you usually build in Minecraft, because maybe it's impossible to build in Valheim.
Yeah. Is it like particularly hard to, like, for example, build like a shelter with a roof or something like that? Is it that realistic? Or
Pardon?
is it that realistic? Like, you need to, I don't know, weld all the pieces of the roof. You can't just have it like Minecraft.
Oh god, no. So it's not that realistic. You just like snap them together.
Oh, okay.
But like, you need support beams. Yeah, so it can't just be fully self-supporting. It can't be flying. That's something I learnt the hard way. Yeah, but it's good. So, for example, something that you would almost never build in Minecraft is like a prism shape of a house, mainly because Minecraft is very blocky, and you wouldn't really make a triangle out of blocks. But that's something you wouldn't really build. Whereas in Valheim, triangular houses are some of the most common early game houses, because in architecture, a triangle is the most structurally sound shape. It's better than like a big square.
Yeah, some sort of tetrahedron or something like that.
The heck is a tetrahedron?
Wait, I may be thinking of the 8-sided platonic one. Did I get it right?
I think so.
Yeah, tetrahedron. No, it's the 4-sided platonic solids. is platonic solid. You know, you get 4 triangles, you put them together.
Oh,
platonic
right.
Solid. Yeah, that
No,
one.
so no. People build like prisms, like tent shapes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 3 points of contact, you simply just have 3 support beams to kind of make like something
right.
of like a tetrahedron.
Not really, but sure.
I don't know, like teepee hut type thing.
No, not okay. No. I get what you're thinking. You're thinking like wigwams. No, so what's it called? Triangular prism. Yeah, just it's triangular prism. It's like a rectangle on the bottom, and then 2 triangles on either side. That's
that
the
one.
common
That
house.
one.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like an upright triangular prism.
No.
I was like, what, how is that? How is that good at all?
I tried to build one, and I called it the Artie Pyramid, and everyone on the server despised it and asked me to knock it down.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say because an upright, like, triangular prism would be exactly the same as just building a cube or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, pyramids are not, they're not as common. And yeah, when I did try to build one, people hated it. It was very funny though. There was just this massive eyesore in the middle of the, like, world. Which, again, the Artie Pyramid. And it was so badly made, and it was, like, inefficient. Like, there was 2 staircases leading up, which connected at the top. When I could have just not done that, and instead had a big flat floor where everything is, instead of having to walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Overall, would build again. We love the Artie Pyramid.
Yeah, no, should get Valheim sometime soon.
Yeah, it's
Put on the wish list.
I think it was just on sale. It's off now, but it was on sale on like the base building sale on Steam or something.
Yeah, and what I said about the post-apocalyptic stuff before, yeah, you are right. I think I got it mixed up with that other game you said.
7 days,
But,
yeah.
7 days
No,
ago.
Valheim is Vikings. It's not
Yeah, no.
Norse inspired.
I know it was Viking themed, but it didn't seem that out of place, like a post-apocalyptic Viking type thing.
That would be
I don't know.
incredible.
Ha. I mean, what would
I'd
even
play
be in
that.
it? Just like what? A bunch of destroyed towns? It doesn't really have that much
here.
impact if it's Viking themed as well.
Game idea. It's the post-apocalypse, right after nuclear war, and everything has reverted back to like, 200, more than 200 years ago. When was the Stone Age? It was a few more than 200 years ago, I should think.
Everybody's just living in teepee huts again.
Yeah, so game idea. After nuclear war, the entire world has been ravaged, and bits of life have finally begun to spring back up. And you play as one of the first bits of life, like a descendant of the human, in like basically the modern caveman era. So you're an Ooga Booga caveman. But you can find ruins of like modern cities. I think that'd be a great game. I'd play that.
Yeah, no, that could work. Yeah. Maybe you could have some sort of like a technology type thing.
Yeah,
where you rapidly advance based on the stuff you find.
It'd be like Ark Survival Evolved, but better in every conceivable way. Apart from dinosaurs, there would be no dinosaurs.
Oh,
Instead, there would be mutant bears.
Oh man, there's got to be a dodo in that game or something.
Oh my god, yes.
Like robotic dodos. They're like the last machines that actually work. That'd be funny.
If anyone knows how to make video games, the idea's yours. Just credit me. I want 5% of the royalties.
Yeah, no, it's certainly on the table.
Yeah. We'll get on that after secret hidden game that will probably never finish. Set in the same world as Casatera.
We're going to talk about that? There's really not much to talk about it now.
The game or Casatera?
The game, I suppose.
Yeah, no, you're right. There isn't much to talk about.
Nah, it's because okay, so originally I was actually motivated to make the game. It was supposed to be based in the same universe as like Casatera. It's actually where Casatera came from.
Yes.
I think
The game came first, then Casatera came second.
Yeah, no, Artie wanted to work with me. So it's in Unity, right? We wanted to do it in like Unity collab, and Artie wanted to use the latest version of Unity, but I actually use the 2020 version, which is a bit weird. I don't know why they're set back by 1 year, but the 2021 version is actually made in 2022, and the 2020 version is actually made in 2021. So I downloaded the 2020 version sometime around mid 2021. People say that the older versions of Unity are better, so honestly I just kind of stick to it. But yeah, no, the slight changes in the 2021 version, I don't know, just really put me off, and I just stayed with the 2020 version.
Yeah, with the old version.
Anyway, yeah, I'll cut to the chase. So I used the 2021 version. It was mostly fine, and then I just quit for some reason. And when I came back, I actually realized why I quit. When I was trying to make like a cursor system, I just took the hacky route when trying to like make a. So we wanted it to be. We wanted the like world movement. So in an RPG, like something in like Dragon Quest 1 or 2, when you go through different towns, you can actually see yourself on the map, and you're kind of going around on different tiles. It's kind of like that, but hexagons.
Yeah.
Artie said it was something similar to Fallout.
The original Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah, in order to see which tiles the cursor would click on, I just took the hacky route and just made an object follow it. And then when they would click, I had a function that's actually built into Unity. It's a really long one with a really stupid name. I'm not even sure if it's actually part of Unity or just some weird plugin I just downloaded without even knowing. But yeah, no, I think it's called camera main to world point or something. It's simply just when you click, it gets the coordinates of what you just clicked on in relation to the world. I don't even know how it works, but
oh my god,
I did it for one of my fan games. What? Game Jam games, and
that's it.
The first one I made for GMTK, that was dumpster fire. But anyway, in 2021 it doesn't work. What's the word for it? Give me a sec. But yeah, no, it just doesn't work in the 2021 version. And
yeah, so that was a major setback in development.
Yeah, no, it's not a major setback. It was also just a combination of me being extremely lazy. But yeah, no, we shouldn't have even talked about this because there's nothing else to talk about. It's literally just this one setback of the 2021 version, and no, I haven't actually dug that much into it. I'm gonna imagine that they probably replaced it with some better thing, hopefully.
Probably.
I don't know. I didn't understand it. Maybe some raycasting stuff or something. We're not going to get into that. Do you have any idea how to segue out of this?
Well, I was going to say, because you brought up Game Jam games, it'd be funny if you talked about your Game Jam games, and in fact, your itch account, because there's some good stuff on your itch account. Yeah,
no, I'm not exactly sure whether to say that thing's dead in the water or not, but
Procedural enchiladas is a banger.
Enchiladas. Oh god. Okay. We'll start from the beginning. So the first one I talked about, I think I talked about this one time. I talked about it a lot back in the day because I was really proud of it, even though it was broken as hell. It was the Decisive Device. I know that name was an afterthought. I literally came up with it as soon as I was submitting it.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Game Jam 2022. The theme was Roll of the Dice, which frankly was probably the worst one I've ever heard.
It's very vague.
Yeah, for a major... No, it's not vague, it's...
Oh, not vague, it's just too open-ended.
Yeah, too open-ended either. It was the opposite, actually. When you start to think about it, you realize how restricted it is.
Really?
Like, it's just a roll of the dice. Like,
I thought it was just a bit generic and...
yeah, it is generic. It's terrible. It's generic, and it's also not that open-ended. Like, half of the... I think, like, when... after all the submitting has been done, people who submitted the game can then rate other people's games, and there's a whole judging process that goes on for about a week. And I could have sworn that like 80% of the games I saw had the name DICE in them.
Yeah.
And there was also this crazy common trope of having a tile-based puzzle game where you roll around the dice, similar to something like, I don't know, Block Swords or...
yes, Block Swords.
There was this one that I really liked. I was not a Block Swords kid, even though it was like extremely popular. I did not play the game, but I played a contemporary of the
Edge?
game called Cube Brawl.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Edge.
No,
I've never played Edge. Is it similar to Block Swords?
Yeah, pretty similar, except it's not really that puzzle based. It's more like based on that platforming aspect. But anyway, back to Cube Brawl. It was made by... It's on H-Twins. Have you ever heard of Scale of the Universe? Like, it's a
yes.
type of visualization where you can zoom out.
Yeah, it's just zooming out and everything appears.
So that thing was originally made by this guy called Carrie KH, I think. On
yeah,
the
I know him.
Yes, I know. I love the guy. He was actually like one of the main inspirations for game development for me. He made a lot of cool stuff back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And he made Cube Roll, which was probably his most famous Flash game. It was basically just Block Swords, except you were just a singular cube, and you had a red face on one of the 6 sides of the cube, and you needed to roll around the cube in exactly the right way to get onto the end spot with the red facing down. It was just really cool. The guy also had a penchant for putting a level editor in every single one of his games, which of course, yeah, I'm
definitely a good thing.
Yeah, people in the game jam, they just came up with the exact same thing all the time. It was quite sad to see, honestly. And the only ones that actually did win were they actually like somewhat creative ones, and even at that they strayed way beyond. Like you could see that they were pushing the theme, really. So yeah, that just showed you how crappy it was, honestly. Especially compared to the older themes, I thought they were way better.
I don't even remember half of the older themes.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to compete in some of the older ones. I wanted to compete in 2021, which was joined together. I know it's pretty simple. I think 2019 was only one or something like that, which is pretty cool. 2020 was Out of Control, which of course was another great one. 2021 was alright. It was a pretty generic one joined together. And then,
I think if I'm correct, Inscription. I know the original Inscription like demo was called Sacrifices Must Be Made, and I think that was for for a game jam, but I don't know which one. I think it might have been GMTK.
No, it wasn't GMTK. It was Ludum Dare.
Ludum Dare. That makes sense.
Ludum Dare. I have no idea how to pronounce it still to this day, but I'm guessing it's Ludum Dare. A lot of good stuff has been made on that. I think the theme for that specific one was Life is Currency or something.
Probably.
I think, yeah. Which is, I actually read up about Inscription at some point, and saw that it came from that game jam, and the guy had the idea to make it so that your different body parts were basically currency that you could trade in for cards or something. I'm not entirely sure.
If you were losing a battle, you could like cut out your eye and place it on the scale. But then that would like black out half your screen. And you could chop off a finger, but then you wouldn't be able to choose like that respective card. So if you chopped off your second finger, you can't choose your second card anymore.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. And then obviously that went on to be Inscription.
Yeah, no, game jams are usually like a breeding place for pretty good ideas. Of course, they're quite rare, but because of how many people sign up to them, there's bound to be some good ones.
Yeah.
It's also just down to time management. If you have a good idea, but you're extremely poor in your execution, then you realize, oh, that was probably a bad idea, and then never go back to that idea ever again. I think that was the exact same thing that happened with the decisive device. The idea of the game, I was absolutely obsessed with Infinifactory around this time, and I wanted to make a 2D version of it. And for some reason, when I heard roll of the dice, I was like, alright, you gotta make a machine that rolls the dice for you in a very specific way. That was basically the self-pitch. And I was planning to have multiple machine types. Like, of course, you'd have one that just pushes, one that, like, maybe rotates it, one that sucks objects. And the idea is that you'd have all of these different blocks interacting with each other to get a dice from point A to point B, but with that exact same cube roll aspect of making sure that it goes with the right number up at the end. Which is why sometimes you need to, like, I imagined in my mind, you'd need to create a mechanism to stall for you while you got the exact right number up so that you could roll it to the altar in a way that it'd still be up when it gets there. I don't know, but...
Yeah.
I
think it was a good idea, but with the nature of a singular die being 3D and the game being 2D, there were definitely some problems there.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so...
Well, that was my main problem with it, apart from bugs.
Yeah. It seems like there was not that much of a focus. Most of the levels got deleted anyway. I don't even know what happened, but I was an idiot and deleted some of the levels because of the way that Unity's scene management works. It's a bit weird. But because of that, I just released the game with only 5 levels, and most of the levels that were lost were the ones that tried to explain how exactly, like, the importance of having that dice be up. So a lot of people were confused why, like, what this has to do with dice, and that wasn't helped by the fact that I made the dice easier to be, I telegraphed the dice like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The idea is that every single time they pushed, it simply increments up by 1, and then when you push it when it has 6, it simply just rolls back to 1. So it doesn't really follow, like, actual dice rules. That just made it way simpler for me.
Yeah. But then also confusing for people that aren't you.
Yeah, no, it's painful to explain what I was trying to make, and but it certainly was an experience. It's good. The second one I made on my itch page. Sorry, what were we gonna say? I think
I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, all right. So I'll cut to the chase. Second one was me just messing around with gravity.
Oh, was that express delivery?
Yeah.
This
like one wasn't for a game
delivery.
jam. I actually made it in literally an hour because of how easy it was to make, and I only made a couple of levels. But the idea is that you're like the overlord or some entity above that can control this sun. Like, you know how planets orbit around the sun and everything? I was thinking that you could have these different stars, and you'd be able to control the star with a gravitational field in order to propel like packages that were being shot out into space, and you would like propel them towards their destination, which is the Earth or whatever. It was really dumb at the time, but honestly I just thought how I kept going with it. Like, I actually made it because I thought it'd be fun, like physics-based games often have like very like comedy can arise from them. That's honestly quite good.
Express Delivery's it's a banger. I quite like it. I've not finished it because I'm stupid, but
it was game. It's just honestly trial and error. That's what the gameplay ended up being. I wanted to flesh it out a bit, but it's fine. And then the third one was procedural enchiladas. I tried making that for the Wowie Game Jam 4.0. So the Wowie Game Jam, made by this guy called Jonas Tyrola, I think. I really like the guy.
Isn't he like Will You Snail guy or something?
Yeah. Was it the Wowie Game Jam 2.0 or 3.0? Whatever. He had a couple of those types of game jams. And I thought they were really cool. Like the themes that he came up with. These ones are a lot harder to remember. I think the one that I had my eyes on for the longest was Intentional Bugs, which I think was the one they held back in 2020.
Intentional bugs. I
Yeah,
definitely
I don't know.
Some good ideas coming from there.
Yeah, no, it was good. And 2021, completely forgot that one, but it's fine. What you need to know is that the guy came up with good themes. 2022 was collaborating with AI, and of course it was going to be a bit of a difficult one. Some people just kind of cheated the theme. I actually joined the Discord for it, and I saw that people were like making games where you control the different letters of A and I to get around certain things. I thought that was funny.
What?
I don't know, like A and I were these characters that you could move around and they collaborate with each other. I don't know, that was one game I
That's
did,
amazing.
Yeah, no, puzzle platformers, like a lot of people make puzzle platformers when it comes to game jams, I noticed. Yeah, no, because they're just easy to make and base game ideas around. But I think I should just try another genre or something, because you can make really good games with other genres than just puzzle platformer, which a lot of people fall into the trap of. But anyway, procedural enchiladas.
So you made a puzzle platformer.
No, it was a so it was going to be a generic platformer, but it was going to be timed. There was this one, my absolute most favorite game jam game ever made that wasn't actually made into like a fully fleshed release. Was this? It was ridiculous. It was made during the 2020 Wowie Game Jam. I think it was called Food Truck Simulator or something. Very generic name, but it was the Intentional Bugs theme, and you just have to cook in this extremely chaotic environment. like the lettuces are duplicating, things burn, things are flying everywhere, ingredients. You have this crazy psychedelic background and you're serving people all this crap. Wow. It was honestly it was just hilarious to behold. Especially
like
the footage
hit
that
game
they
for
provided.
iOS, Garfield Diner.
Yeah. No, but it was a physics-based cooking simulator, and it just had all this crazy stuff going on. It was good, and I wanted to try and make something like that with the platform engine I had, which was, I say platformer engine, I literally just made a crappy platformer thing. I tried making this game a while back called Get Some Arms, and I simply just refined the platformer controller for that, I guess you can say. Wanted to apply it, so I wanted to make a randomly generated one where it was a bit weird, the self-pitch. I'm going to call it the self-pitch because I don't know what else to call it. It was, you collaborate with the AI so that you give it input in some way. For example, you fine-tune the sliders, you adjust the sliders, and it makes a level based on that. Or you play over and over again, and it slowly adjusts to your gameplay style. But of course, those were two very ambitious ideas, and as I was making the game, kind of just got. I had schoolwork to do anyway, so I couldn't even finish it. But and then I just returned to it like a few months later, because Artie had made a cutscene for it. I think I already talked to you about this last time I was on the podcast.
Maybe.
And then, cutscene. Artie had made it, so I wanted to get it done, and
I made music for the video game as well.
Yeah, and that was it. There really isn't much to talk about. I guess as for things I'm trying to make right now, I think it's enough about me, but that's okay. One extra thing, Artie had told me about this laser tag idea. It's literally just a shooter, but it's just laser tag. It's just laser tag.
Because there aren't any good laser tag games out there. Closest thing, this is I really do not understand this, because I'm a massive fan of laser tag, and the closest thing to a laser tag video game is one of the like mini games in Rec Room, and I'm fuming, and I wanted to make a laser tag game.
Rec Room. What is that again?
It's like the VR Roblox.
Ah, okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about a completely different. Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about a completely different game. I think it came out on the PS4.
Oh,
it was
Dreams?
called the Playroom or something.
Wrong game. I was thinking of then.
I don't know. Yeah, it had the similar vibe to the game, to the at least the game name you were talking about. But it's all good. Yep. So.
So yeah, I said to Soosh, hey, you want to make a laser tag game? My idea was super generic. It was just, I want to make a first-person shooter laser tag game with a bunch of different game modes and a single-player campaign, and then to make it, to give people a reason to play it rather than just going to the local laser tag arena. You would have power-ups, extra weapons, boss fights, just stuff like that.
Yeah. No,
that's
I got
like
it. And
right behind the game we were talking about earlier, set in the Casitera world. That game's my dream game, and then there's the laser tag game.
Yeah. No, I was trying to. It's funny because around the time that you talked about that to me, I actually had this idea. I wanted to make like some sort of a competitive shooter with some gimmick. And when you told me the laser tag stuff, I was thinking maybe you'd be pointing, like your weapon was a laser that you could rotate around yourself, and whenever people get in the way of the laser, you could just shoot and they'd be dead. But the catch is that there was like it's top down, and it's completely dark around you. You only have a limited range of view, and when you'd let your laser slip past the walls into somebody else's view, they know where you are, but you don't know that they actually were able to see your laser. It's a bit weird, but in my mind, it sounded good.
It's like a PvP sort of stealth game.
PvP kind of. It's a PvP stealth game where where your weapon is also your danger, because if you let other people see your laser, they know where it's coming from and they can try and kill you that way. And you also just don't want to be spamming in case the laser gets away in front of someone. So obviously there have to be some, not a jamming mechanic, but maybe ammo would have to be like quite rare.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, no, it just seemed good.
I can see it working.
Yeah. No. Talking about unfleshed out game ideas, like game ideas that are not really that fleshed out or haven't been prototyped yet, or that there's no anecdotes about it. It just makes it really uninteresting to talk about. But yeah, no, that was something that I wanted to make one day. It's also another thing is a city builder, like steampunk city builder. Always wanted to make it. The idea is that it takes place in the sky. You have this loft
I remember
type
this.
thing, and it has all these different mechanics. It has like an entire grocery list of different things. It's almost inspired by Oxygen Not Included. With how many different things you have to deal with. The main part was a balance mechanic where you needed to take account of the weight of all of the buildings around your loft. And since you only have, like, in this world, I guess, you only have a singular propeller in the middle that's actually, like, lifting the loft up, you want to make sure that you have a good, like, your center of balance, or, like, I don't know, center of mass is close to the middle so that the loft's not tilting too much within balance. Of course, since it's steampunk themed, I wanted to also, you know, smog. Smog was going to be like a byproduct of all of the things. It's kind of like temperature and oxygen not included. Again, I had a rough idea of what I wanted this game to be, and then I started getting into the oxygen not included a little bit and started fleshing out a bit, without, of course, not literally just being oxygen not included too. But
have you been playing any more of that? ONI?
Only a little bit, but yeah, no, I've just been having a lot of problems with my base. So yeah, no, it's definitely a good game, without a doubt. It's it likes to put you in a constant sense of danger, and it's extremely gratifying when you solve problems. Only there to be more of them, but yeah, no, the bots, the AI's like sweeping system is a bit weird. Like,
yeah,
throughout the game,
it's a bit weird. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have debris collect around your base, and often it's just as simple as like sweeping or mopping it up. But when you get to around like cycle 15 or something, polluted water bottles start collecting around your base. If I had to guess, I think it was most likely because of the sink basin. It actually produces polluted water, and I think the duplicants have to put it somewhere, so they just strew it around, like put it around the base. And no, but the downside to that is that it also produces like a lot of polluted oxygen. So this is pretty simple for the first few days that this was happening. You just build a bottle emptier in a nearby like polluted water reservoir with like an airlock or something, and they'd be fine. They'd be disposing of the water. But I think I was like, because of all the other debris, I was giving them way too many sweeping commands. And yeah, they basically had no time to deal with the polluted water. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just so low priority on their list.
Yeah.
But the polluted oxygen thing got so bad that I wanted to start a new base because I thought I had basically mucked up. Remember that I was very loosely basing my playthrough off of like a couple of tutorials that I'd seen, but that was about it. So I didn't really know
tutorials. I just went for it.
Yeah. No, I kind of did a similar thing. I just watched tutorials. By the way, I watched tutorials of a mod.
Oh, good job.
Like, very loosely based. No, I knew that it was a mod. It was
right.
The mini base mod, I think. So someone was just doing it in a very confined space. So that it was like very simplified for me to understand.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, polluted oxygen thing was so bad. I tried making multiple other bases, but I just kept running to the same problem where I just have all this polluted water just all around my base. And yeah, no, it's usually a big no matter how many like oxygen purifiers or whatever they're called I put around my base. It was really bad.
You need more algae terrariums. They turn the polluted air into oxygen.
I think it's carbon dioxide into oxygen, not the polluted air.
Yeah.
But yeah. It also didn't help that I put...
Or ventilation.
Yeah, it also didn't help that I put ventilation. Because now the polluted oxygen was going all around my base. Like, usually they put...
No, you don't put ventilation... You don't put ventilation in the place with the polluted oxygen.
Yeah, I know, but I was an idiot, and I did that beforehand, before the whole polluted oxygen hullabaloo. And, yeah... Also, another funny thing to talk about, Morbs, I think they're called. They just started collecting in my bathroom. They just started accumulating. And
of course.
Yeah, around day 20 I noticed that, they actually started producing a lot of polluted oxygen. It was spreading from my bathroom to, like, everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because of course, the goddamn ventilation. So I did I had the very smart idea of just euthanizing all of them. But I should have probably read a bit more about them, because they release a crap ton of polluted oxygen when you kill them. So yeah, no, that was basically a death sentence for
nice.
one of my bases. Yeah.
I need to get back into that game, because it's so good.
The game's usually not that...
so stupid.
Yeah, no, the game's usually not that irritating, but for some reason, the sweeping thing and the fact there's just
You
accumulate
more...
so much debris around your place, it just makes it very irritating to deal with, and you get like absolutely nothing done.
You
It
need
was
more
very
dude, man.
Yeah, I had like 5 dupes at the time, and they were still doing absolutely nothing. Like I didn't want to take on too many dupes because I heard from somewhere that it's not really that good of an idea.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
early game, you don't want too many people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll run out of food and bedding, and then you have
Yeah.
more, more urine to deal with.
Yeah.
I think 5's like the sweet spot, maybe 6.
Yeah. But yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say that maybe in the mid game, the polluted oxygen situation maybe gets a bit better. But I'm not sure, honestly. So that's why I just stopped playing, honestly. But
it
I'll
is
get
a
back
good
into it.
game. So I finally sorted my GOG library.
Mm-hmm.
So my GOG library has pretty much all my games across. I think it's Steam, Epic Games, Origin, EA, all the stuff like that. So on my GOG there are 315 games that I own. I have more on Prime, but there's most of them. So I finally organized them, and now I have my favorite games, the games that I'm playing right now, the games that I've 100%ed, the games that I've finished, the games that I've played, the games that I want to play, and the games I haven't played.
Yeah, no, you told me about that. I think when we were playing Ship of Fools at one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I can finally... See, this year, I'm trying to maybe buy a few less games than I did last year, because I bought like 40 games last year. I want to maybe get a few less games, but actually finish the games that I play.
Yeah, I think that's a universal problem for everyone, or at least me. I pick up a lot of games, think they're cool, and then the novelty kind of wears off. I usually tend to go after games that look cool, but the novelty wears off quickly, and then I just never end up finishing the game. Although that's usually the case for any other game. Really, especially the long ones, like long RPGs I've been trying to get into, but we just stop after 20 hours.
Currently, I'm in progress playing 6 games, which is a bit too many, but whatever. I'm playing Dome Keeper, Ship of Fools, Treasure Adventure Game, Valheim, The Walking Dead The Telltale Definitive Series, and Warhammer Vermintide 2. I'm like 50% through most of them, apart from Ship of Fools, which I'm like 2 achievements away from finishing.
So, like, apart from achievements, does Ship of Fools actually have any sort of progression system? Or is it mostly just a roguelike?
It's a roguelite, so...
Roguelite.
So you've got the main form of... You know how in Hades you have the darkness things?
Yeah.
The equivalent of those in Ship of Fools is tendrils, which you can use to upgrade your cannons and buy new items and stuff.
Yeah.
Ship of Fools is a solid game. I was pretty critical of it in my Content Unavailable review, but the more I play, the more I like it. It is very good. And I mean, my only wish is that the developers would update it a bit more often, because it came out, oh god, I don't know, like 6 months ago, I think. And it's only had 2 updates since, and neither of them have been major. They've just been bug fixes. So I'm kind of hoping they add some more stuff to the game. But overall, it's solid.
Yeah, I think the only actual, like, I played quite a couple of roguelikes, but the only actual roguelite I played is Hades. I remember back in like a few years ago, not a few years ago, what am I saying? Like about a year ago.
2 years ago.
You were 2 years ago maybe, yeah. You were playing it a lot. But no, I can't agree. It's good.
Yeah. Hades is brilliant. If I remember correctly, Hades is one of the most highly rated games in recent years.
Yeah, I remember it has some 90-something Metacritic review.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hades is good. You know what though? That's another game I need to finish.
Oh yeah, no, you're further than me from what I remember. I think I
haven't completed one run yet, so.
Yeah, I haven't even gone to Elysium yet. which
Oh,
is a
yes,
third
I am
world.
further than you, yeah.
Yeah, I was very
No, I'm
close
at
to
the
getting to it. But
fourth one, I think.
yeah, I haven't gotten past the boss of Tartarus.
Ah.
Or whatever it's called. Wait, Tartarus is the first one. My mistake.
No clue.
No, yeah, no, because we used to call it tartar sauce. No, tartar sauce
yeah.
is the first one, but the second one, it's some name for hell or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Tartarus is the depths of hell. Then there's
The lava themed one.
Yeah, don't remember what it's called. And then there's Elysium.
Yeah,
I don't remember too much about it.
Fourth one.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a minute. Yeah, so Elysium, Asphodel,
Oh yeah.
and then yeah, I don't know what the last one's called. God, I only have 16% of the achievements in my 12 hours of gameplay.
How many achievements does it have?
49.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of those games like Brutal Orchestra that has 200 achievements or something.
135.
135.
God, that-
whatever.
Yeah, I have 50 hours on Brutal Orchestra, and I've got less than 50% of the achievements. Oh, no, sorry, just over 50% of the achievements.
And yeah, it seems like there's an exponential difficulty curve when it comes to achievements.
That's
You
nearly
get
as
it
bad
from the
as
start.
Sea of Thieves, where I have 331 hours and 48% of the achievements.
Do you just tend to do the same things on Sea of Thieves? I haven't said that name in a long time.
It does get pretty repetitive after a while, which is why I stopped playing.
Sorry, no. What I meant is that, like, do you actively go after the achievements?
Oh, me? No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. But some of them are, like, really weird. Here, let me find the last achievement. Undergo the Ritual of the Flame. I don't know what that is. I haven't played the game in 4 months. Let's see, the rarest achievement I have is complete all commendations for the Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life Tall Tales, and that's the Pirates of the Caribbean crossover.
Yeah.
Solid game though. I'd recommend, if you've got Game Pass, it's worth it. Maybe just turn off your mic though.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has a worse fan base than Fortnite, and you know that's bad.
Oh yeah. So for on school holidays, I was pretty much only doing one thing. I don't think I've really told you guys about it that much. Trials Fusion. I was playing a lot of Trials Fusion. Jesus Christ.
What on earth is Trials Fusion?
Oh, okay. So I haven't told you guys about it. It's how do I even describe it? Oh god. Okay, so it's like a 2.5D platforming game, but you have a bike. You're on a motorcycle. It's a 2D track that you ride on with your motorcycle. You can tilt it back and forth, do some pretty cool tricks, whatever. Has really good like level design. I think my dad got it. I kind of just went back to it for nostalgia originally. My dad got it when it first came out on PS4, around 2014, if I remember correctly. Correctly. And yeah, I think he got a Rayman skin that came with the release.
Huh.
Since it was published by Ubisoft, I always use it. It's amazing. But no, it has you can tell that they really put a lot of attention to detail into the game. Not only is the gameplay like really fun, it also has like a pretty high skill ceiling for a funny motorbike game. Yeah, very precise maneuvers you have to do sometimes. And of course the general design of the game is absolutely amazing. One of my most favorite levels is this level called Way of the Machine, where the idea is that you're on this track that coils upward this like mechanical pillar, and the actual platforms that you use to progress actually shift in and out of the pillar in a really cool way. No, it's amazing. Really, really good design. It's got a good vibe going on. Also, really cool custom
pictures now. Looks cool.
Yeah, I know, obligatory level editor gushing, but this one was actually like the level editor for this game is just amazing. Honestly, has a whole Node-on based programming language that you can use to program certain events. You have the basic triggers and outputs, and
it's like the Geometry Dash level editor.
Kind of, yeah. But no, it's just really cool, and most of the like popular custom levels that are still on like Ubisoft servers are based off of like gimmicks that use the programming language. I think the most popular one is like you can't touch your front wheel on certain types of blocks, which means you have to kind of use like some sort of a wheelie mechanic in order to get across. And yeah, you just need to do really precise moves. I don't know, when I try to describe the game, it sounds very uninteresting, but you just have to see it for yourself. It looks so cool.
Funny motorbike game. Yeah. Alright, well, I think it's about time for the news game. Now, Remus actually smashed it last biweek. He got 3 out of 3, so we're upping the numbers. We're doing 4 news stories. Are you prepared mentally, physically, spiritually?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go. You remember how to play? Tell me if it's real or fake. Yeah. Okay, here we go. 2018. Natural phenomenon in India exposed by scientists. Locals on the coast of Sri Lanka reported an unusual natural phenomenon. Seawater was becoming purple during storms in the region. The event had started in 1995 and was bringing tourists from far and wide. After a research team led further investigations, an undiscovered cargo container holding beetroot and lemon tea was the cause. Over 2 million tea bags had been slowly degrading, which led to a purple dye leaking out when rough currents rocked the container. Real or fake?
I'd say fake.
It is. It's a bit
fake,
ludicrous.
Yeah. It sounds like something that was made up.
2 million tea bags. Damn. Making water purple. Man.
No, I think that the purple dye just came out of nowhere. I honestly don't understand.
Oh my god. 2018. Man burned in boat explosion after checking for gas leak with naked flame. Auckland Westpac rescue... Oh no, it was in New Zealand. Auckland Westpac rescue helicopter intensive care paramedic said the man was okay despite the explosion and was nursing mostly superficial wounds. He smelt gas and confirmed that there was gas by lighting a match, which is a very tried and true method of finding gas. Unfortunately, not a very good method. He jumped straight into the water. He cooled the burns immediately, which is the right thing to do. He lost quite a bit of hair. He lost his eyebrows and eyelashes. The lesson was, if you smell gas, do not light a match to prove it. Real or fake?
What? It's so ludicrous. That's even more ludicrous than the purple dye one. I'd say fake.
It's real.
Oh my gosh, I've lost all faith in New Zealand.
That's amazing. Oh, poor guy. He deserved what he got. I shouldn't say that.
I didn't even listen to like half of the news report. I just I heard the part where he just tried to find a naked flame on his boat, just fell overboard. Jeez.
All right, here we go. 2017. Teen throws leg leaving party before having it amputated. 13-year-old Thomas Green is having a leg-leaving party before having it amputated due to very painful, severe arthritis in his knee. The party, complete with a leg-shaped cake and an Elvis impersonator, will see Thomas say goodbye to his leg. Thomas's father said, "The leg-leaving party is our idea, just to make light of the situation a bit." Real or fake?
Oh man, that's 50-50. Don't want to make this episode too long. Is it real?
It's a tricky one, but yes, it is real.
It's real, okay.
I know I would throw a leg-leaving party if I had my legs amputated. Alright, last one. 2018. An 82-year-old Japanese hermit has been forced to give up his remote island paradise after... I think we've already had this one. Oh no, okay, hold on.
Everything's happening in 2018.
I don't think we've had this one on the podcast before. I think I might have read it before though. Alright, 2018. Nigeria's Lucky Chickens banned from World Cup stadiums. It's common for fans of the team to bring live chickens into stadiums, often with their feathers dyed green to match the colours of the Nigerian flag, and to hoist the birds skyward during chants while egging on their team, badum-ching. But Russian officials announced that chickens will be banned from the stadium for the match against Croatia. The Russian policy follows the status quo set in the 2010 World Cup, where Super Eagles fans were also banned from carrying their chickens into Ellis Park for a game against Argentina in Johannesburg, South Africa. Real or fake?
Is there a reason why they banned the chickens?
It does not say so. Just says other people were banned, so you can't have them either.
I'd say fake.
It's unfortunately real.
Oh my god.
There is one news article in here that is just amazing. I'll try find it for the next podcast. But you got 2 out of 4.
It's a sad score.
You know. Yeah, pretty average score. So better luck next time. All right. Do you have anything you want to promote before we finish up?
Nope.
All right. In that case, ladies, gents, thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed, if you're on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're on any other platform, leave a star rating, preferably of 5, but in the end, it's up to you. You can check out Soosh. He'll be in the description. And you can check out me. I will also be in the description or on the channel. It depends where you're listening. I still suck at outros. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next bye week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.